Alright, so there is a new boss rush in ALS right now that we're gonna be, tackling on how to easily defeat it even if you're a beginner. By the way, don't forget to like and subscribe. Our goal is to reach 100k subscribers eventually. Let's get this video started. Alright, so basically we're just gonna click enter right here. This is the boss rush, and the requirements is obviously 2 farms. And one thing that I would like to say, even though the word easy is in the title, you have to be able to somewhat have a pretty decent amount of units before you can actually do any of this. You will need to have a somewhat decent set of units before you can beat this. Here is one thing that I would like to mention before I continue on with this video. I think if you are a beginner, it probably is pretty good to bring just 1 farm and then bring 4 DPS units. And the reason for this is because I think 2 farms is a little bit overkill for this stage, because I noticed that at the end of this stage I had like 3 million cash. With 3 million cash, that's a bit of an excess. So I think just bringing 1 farm, which is an idol with entrepreneur, and then maybe maxed out skill tree for that idol, and also an orb or soul or whatever they call it. I call it orb or soul, whatever it is, would be good enough for a farm. And then bringing 4 DPS units, whatever DPS units you have, preferably Ichigo Godly if you have Ichigo. And then also apart from that, just bring the multi-placement unit. So 1 farm for DPS, 1 multi-placement unit, I think is the best setup, specifically if you're a beginner with not that many glitched units, because I've seen a lot of players just use glitched units to kind of like brute force it. They didn't even bother, I think, with their mana, and they just place their glitched units everywhere. I think that could work, but I think if you're a beginner, just having more multi-placement units is the safer bet. And you're going to realize why that is very, very important in the later parts of this video. Have a certain strategy in order to beat that, and especially if you don't have the best units, because I believe nukes don't even work on her. So here it is, okay? What you're gonna do is you're gonna be placing down multiple placement units. You're gonna be bringing a multiple placement unit on your team, and this multiple placement unit on your team is basically going to be your mana gainers. You're just gonna be putting them here on the side where these circles appear, because this is what's going to give you mana, so you guys can see right there in the bottom. And then the reason why I said multiple placements and possibly cheap units is because you're gonna need to sell and replace them a bunch of times to this circle thing right here so that you can get mana. As you guys can see right there, I'm gaining mana again. And yeah, that's pretty much the strategy. Now what we're gonna do is I'm just gonna skip to the boss fight, which should be spawning any minute right now. Okay, so the boss is spawned. What I'm gonna do is sell all of these guys and place them to where this circle will appear. And then right here, as you guys can see, defense. So I'll put a defense spell right there. Now defense will protect you from several stuff like debuffs, and there's also a spell that she will have that will actually delete your units. You can also use rally, because rally will increase the damage and attack speed of all units in that area, and with that you can actually make your units deal insane amounts of damage. As you guys can see right here, they're doing crazy amounts of damage. Now once the circle has moved, you're gonna place it again, that I'm gonna just place 1 defend there, and then I'll place my shadow guys over here there. And as you guys can see, the mana is building up once again. And then yeah, that is just very simple. Even if you don't have like tons of great units, I think you could actually easily solo this. Now I do have several godlies, 2 godlies actually, but I think if you just had some pretty decent high DPS units, this would actually be easily doable. But I think you might like need to play really well, because like right here I still have like 4 minutes or 3 minutes of time. If you don't have units like this and probably the traits on them as well, this might be harder. But then again, I think you'll be able to do it just fine. So as you guys can see right here, I'll play. Okay, this one's what I'm talking about, the delete. This is why I'm gonna need to really put a defend. And let's see. Right. yeah, there you go. Easily beat it. That was like just easy. If you just follow the things that I showed you, you could easily beat it as well. Yeah, that's pretty much it. Yeah, I don't think you should even bring nukes in this because I don't think nukes actually work. Just bring some DPS units, 3 insanely good DPS units, 2 farms, and then 1 multi-placement. And then you should be really great. You should be really good to go. That's it, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace out, everybody.